Jonathan H. out of Racine, Wisconsin.
Save there.
Yeah, lots and lots of drifting through into the finish chute here.
I'm like too old for this shit, man.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm JT the Dusty Dutchman, and today we're going to be talking about the largest single day, point-to-point mountain bike race in the country, the Iceman Cometh Challenge. So a quick refresher on the race itself. It always takes place on the first Saturday of November. It's been happening since 1990. Starts in Kalkaska, Michigan, ends in Traverse City, Michigan at the Timber Ridge campground, and it's about 30 miles worth of mixed terrain. So I've been participating in this race since 2010. And so if you take away the COVID year, that means that this is my 13th year racing. Pretty tough year in regards to training for this event, for good reasons and bad. Good reason I was off the bike is we moved into a new house and that took up a lot of time. Bad reason was I broke my collarbone, which still isn't healed, and that kept me off the bike for a while, especially off the mountain bike. So I trained as much as I possibly could with the time that I had and kind of just showed up to the race kind of like I always do, with somewhat low expectations. So the crew this year, just like last year, we got the glue that holds us all together. Christian, aka Captain Crish, Jeremey, aka Mountain Goat, who is in the pro race, and Ryan, who is racing in his age group just like I am. So for those that didn't see, last year I frantically built up a carbon hardtail frame that I got from DIY Carbon Bikes. Thankfully it's almost done because we leave for Iceman in the morning.
You're gonna race that bike.
Yeah, why not? But the bike performed flawlessly. I'm super stoked to be on a hardtail again, especially for this race. And for this year, I just added a few upgrades. 2 small things, new saddle, new crank, couple bigger things, new carbon wheels, which is a huge upgrade on any bike, and then a really cool fork that I got from SR Suntour, cross-country fork, carbon crown, and a remote lockout, which turned out to be a huge benefit. Last year when I raced it, it was 24.6 pounds. This year I got it down to 23 flat. So it was a reasonable batch of upgrades and helped a lot. All right, that's enough backstory. Let's get into the GoPro footage and see how the race went down. All right, here we are in the start chute. This is wave 8, taking place about 9:36 in the morning. About 100 people in each wave. There's like 50 waves. So yeah, like 5,000 people that participate every year. Got Captain Crish over here on the left. Got somebody next to me with a dog or a sheep outfit. I don't know exactly what that is, but you'll see plenty of that while we're out there. All kinds of costumes. I'm pretty sure I got passed by a banana one year. Conditions were right off the bat super, super nice. Dry enough, but the sand was packed pretty well. First bit of sand for everybody to get a taste of. And then the dreaded first bit of single track is always the worst because you got a big group of people trying to get into one little trail. So this section was kind of cool. I don't know if it's the same section we always ride and they just clear cut it, or if it was a new section, but I had never seen anything like this before. And as you can see, the sky was nice and blue. It was sunny. It was, like I said, like 30 degrees, but just getting out into the sun felt amazing. All right, so here we are dumping into another bit of single track. Now I think this is the start of some of the new single track this year. We heard rumors of a bunch more single track, which I personally like. So here's an example why a lot of people don't like more single track in this race. You got, you know, a dozen people here being held up by one guy because you can't pass here safely. Some people certainly try. All right, back on a little bit of double track. Here comes one of the first like punchy kind of climbs, couple of turns, good opportunity for some passing. So I try to make some moves while I can. Up on the right here, this is our first opportunity of seeing Red Shirt Guy. That's my first time passing Red Shirt Guy, and we're gonna talk more about that in a little bit. How cool is this though? Got the sun popping through, going through a tunnel of cool colored leaves. This is fall riding at its finest. So kind of stuck here in another pack going through the single track. I'm kind of enjoying myself. I'm really not too upset about sitting in the back here. And yeah, I know I'm like supposed to be, you know, racing right now, but there's not really any good places to pass here. It's a little sketchy. I like this guy. I think he lost his bike. I think he's looking for his bike right now. Hey, it's over here, man. It's right here on the left. All right, so here comes the one time I had to get off my bike. You can watch the dude in the blue and orange. He'll slip his right rear tire and go down. So here I jump off my bike. Everybody's trying to get back on their bikes. I'm walking, now I'm running. So I'm still off my bike right now, running on the trail, trying to make sure not to be in anybody's way, and then get on my bike without stopping. I don't know what this climb is called. All I know is there's always a guy with a drum set, and it's awesome. And this is like one of the first really good interactions with the crowd. The crowds are definitely one of the best parts about Iceman. All right, look who's back on the left. Red t-shirt guy is back. At this point, I don't know how many times we had passed each other back and forth, but he and I had seen each other many times to this point. So the thing I really like about Iceman is that everybody's super positive. The crowd and even the riders. Like when people pass you, usually I'll say something like, hey, nice job, go get them, keep it up, something like that. And then even when you would pass other people, they're saying the same thing. They're saying, nice work, keep it up. Now me and Red Shirt Guy have passed each other like 10 times, and I could tell right off the bat he like was not interested in any kind of chit chat or banter. And the last time that he passed me to get in front of me here, he actually rammed his rear tire into my front tire, and there was nobody ahead of us that he didn't need to do that. Then I said something like, that was sketchy or something. He didn't say anything. I knew I was going to pass this guy back one more time and I was going to make it stick, but I wanted to make sure that everybody could see it and then I could get it on video from my buddies. So here we're at Williamsburg Hill, which we know there's going to be a good crowd. I know my boys are up here waiting for me.
Go JT!
And there it is.
Make that move!
So here comes what I think is the steepest and punchiest climb in the race. This is Anita's Hill, and it claims a lot of people every year. Since I've gotten the hardtail out here, I've had no problem climbing it without falling. Normally you'll see people peeled off on the right and the left, like this guy on the right. Didn't make it. Everybody's kind of sitting down and spinning, keeping pressure on that rear tire to keep the traction in the loose sand. But it was in really good shape this year, so almost everybody made it up. Lots of fun, kind of flowy downhill sections too in the last 10K. So you do get a little bit of rest and recovery during those downhills, but they're always followed by, oh look, more climbing. I really lose track of the names of all these climbs. There's just so many towards the end here. Hard left into the wood chip hill climb. Look at this guy in the single speed just motoring. All right, inside of 1K to go. I feel pretty good. I'm definitely ready to be done. I know that we got one last climb to do, the icebreaker climb. It's kind of settling in at this point that I probably could have gone a lot harder in the first half of the race. Probably should have made some more passes in the single track. I kind of got complacent and just enjoyed myself in the single track. So I definitely had more fun. I definitely wasn't like kind of inside out racing like I normally am, where I'm just at the edge of losing it the whole time. So coming into this last climb, I kind of feel pretty good. So I believe I end up just standing up and powering up the whole thing. It's right about this time too that I start keeping my eyes peeled for a certain photographer, Rob. And there he is on the right. And while he was there, he took this photo. And also shout out to Rob Meendering for putting out these awesome photos every year. Make sure you go to his website and buy one of those if you did this race. I think I get a couple more passes here. Iceman Classic over under, which they've been running for quite a few years now. And then we're getting into some of the controversial trail layout this year that took down a whole lot of pros. This one right here ended up being a big issue for a lot of people, that right-hander from sand to asphalt. And there it is. The best sign in the world on this day. The finish.
Dude! How you doing?
Yeah, nice work. Good work. Good job. The course is beautiful, right?
Oh my god, that's the best, ever. That truly is the best year yet. Hands down.
Nice work.
So much, dude. I'm like too old for this shit, man. Those guys are fast, dude. Oh man.
My results, all things considered, were pretty good. They're real close to what they've been the last 2 or 3 years. A slight improvement this year in the standings for me, so I can't really complain about that. Again, I loved the course this year. I think it slowed me down a little bit, but I did enjoy it more. Watching Jeremey compete in the pro race again is like, it's so much fun. It's such a cool experience for spectators like us. Shout out to Ryan for his 10th and best year ever at Iceman. Huge shout out to Crish, aka Captain Crish. With a point-to-point race, having a driver bring you to the start and then pick you up at the end is a game changer. Leading up to Iceman, I think to myself, I'm never doing this race again. This is just a huge pain in the ass getting ready for this race. I don't have time to train. It's just not worth it anymore. I've done it so many times. And then right after the race and the whole experience, yeah, I'll probably be back next year. And shout out to my DIY carbon knockoff Chinese bike frame, because that thing's been through the ringer now 2 years in a row and it has been working absolutely flawlessly. And if you want to see the video where I build that bike, I'm going to put it right up here. So until the next one, don't forget to get outside and get on your bike, because good things will happen. Oh, and guess what? It's fat bike season. Let's go.